I don't think those bureaucrats are that stupid. I think they know they're obsolete. But it's an opportunity for corruption. Because every time like when we were designing Rockwell, we asked for permits. Even Makati and the HLURB, they did not have a classification for mixed-use development. All they had was segregated zoning again. Residential here, commercial there, industrial there. So we had to tell them that the rest of the world's doing mixed-use, walkable communities. And I think our obsolete laws is also a source of livelihood for some people in government. Green architecture, don't have to define it now, maybe calls for, next slide. Yeah. This one here, DBP building, we won the design competition for second and third prize. We ended up submitting 3 design entries because we found out there was no limit in submission. So we got first, second, and third prize. But some of the architects were complaining. Then they read the terms of reference, there was no limit. And we had an internal design competition. And the assumption was this building will be an energy provider, not just an energy consumer. So it will have sky gardens, rainwater harvesting, solar panels, and air conditioning is an option. We just finished some conceptual designs for King Abdallah Financial District in Riyadh. I think one of the biggest projects in the world right now. So we use the principles of green architecture, double glazing or double windows, sky gardens, and so on. The ground floor, street level, will only be for pedestrians and limousines. The not so nice cars and buses will be on the first basement below the street, the garbage collector and so on. So we submitted this for conceptual architect. It's 160 hectares. Makati CBD is 110 hectares. So the latest principles of green architecture, LEED, skywalks connecting the buildings, and a monorail connecting the 4th floor of the buildings, skywalks on the 3rd floor. So it's really a connected community. And not a single wall is straight line. So we, like this one, our inspiration was the Arabian Dhow. It connotes trade and commerce and so on. You can see the roof gardens here. Here. This one's not yet built. Gulf Dream City, it got affected by the financial crisis. Proposed for Abu Dhabi. We're asked to design a 1.2-kilometer high tower, and 50% of the windows facing afternoon sun will be solar panels to collect energy, 10% on the morning sun collect energy. And we're asked to explore if they can pump water up to the top floor, and with the principle of a flush toilet, you create wave energy, and sprinkle water like raindrops on the outside. And the inspiration for the form is Oil Derek, a platform. These are some of the 1-kilometer high buildings, not yet built. BAM, Iran, there was an earthquake there in BAM, Iran. And this was funded by Buddhists from Taiwan for the Muslim children of Iran. And they are hired as Catholic architects from the Philippines to design it for them. So we reintroduced the wind tower. And this one, because the architecture in BAM, Iran, that it was the stopping point during the China trade routes. And they have influences of architecture from Europe, Middle East, Islamic, Persian, and the Near East, nothing from the Far East. So since the money was coming from the Far East, we introduced an Far Eastern roof. And the religious affairs people did not want to approve it because the wind towers there are flat. They claim it was a religious symbol. So I told them in Asia, in the Far East, it's like a man walking, the legs of a man walking. And the Buddhists in Taiwan asked me, what's that for? And I told them, it's a Buddhist monk in prayer. So both the founders are beneficiaries. And you can see the principle of the wind tower. Collect air from above, ventilate the rooms below. And I was told we were able to bring down 20% of the 20 degrees temperature in summer and 10 degrees in autumn. UP School of Urban Regional Planning, one of my alma maters, they're probably the ugliest buildings in UP Diliman. And as an alumnus, I was challenged to beautify them. I just told them that maybe just put green walls and green roof. You don't have to spend too much, yeah. And so on. So this will look with greening it. They're like boxes right now. Yeah. Uh, the Quezon City Museum, we won the design competition. I've told former Mayor Belmonte, Speaker of the House now, I'd like to preserve all the 50 mature trees. So we got a tree survey, and we build around the trees, and those we cannot avoid, we put them inside the museum. So this is how it look like, so the trees will come out here. I heard the contractor is now complaining. Respecting the topography, this is a resort 95% built in Anilao, Batangas. No cut and fill. It's sloping down and so on. And we also addressed tsunami. So all the rooms here will be more than 10 meters high from the sea level. Because tsunami is about 6 meters, 6 meters high. So it looks something like this. So we completely followed the topography, and it gave us more panoramic view. Robinson's Tagaytay, again, single-loaded rooms. Every room has a view of the Taal Lake and volcano. And again, air conditioning is an option. There's cross ventilation there. Manila Polo Club, we had to convince the board to preserve this 50-year-old tree. I told them that you spend 1 million pesos more, this tree is worth 9 million pesos for the oxygen it gave us the past 50 years, and so on. And they preserve it. It now is poster boy of the Manila Polo Club. I think this tree here. Novartis, we did some redevelopment and so on. Gawad Kalinga, make it more sustainable. The Sultan of Brunei is our client here, the largest mosque being built now in Mindanao. Yeah. I don't know if there's a short note on Dubai. When we were starting Dubai, the Sheikh Rashid instructed us, the planning department, design Dubai as if there's no oil. Design Dubai as a garden city out of the desert. Bring Dubai into the first world in 15 years and make it a pace-setter city. The instructions overtake Kuwait, Tehran, and so on. And we're 20 planners, and I went to see cities in the world that became first world in less than 15 years. Aside from learning from the London, Paris, New York, the normal icons. Like San Francisco was go west young man, gold. Then San Francisco became a trading post, construction boom camp, aerospace center, and so on. They were able to evolve. I think Hong Kong started with opium. And from opium became a trading center, commercial center, regional center. Singapore, I think they improved on Hong Kong with more landscaping and so on. Then Zurich and Geneva, I was told, started with the refugees of the World War. They brought with them chocolate making and watchmaking, and they evolved into a center, in a global center. This was Rockwell before the development, and we have several options, and this is Rockwell today, walkable, bikeable, and so on. We're planning a city above the floodwaters, Cagayan de Oro. This is in Saudi Arabia. The obsoleteness of our building code, we're trying to improve them, and so on. More trees and so on. I think we're running out of time. Green infrastructure, some of the global trends that's happening. This Japanese architect told us his inspiration was the Ifugao rice terraces. Infill developments, transport-oriented development, going back to nature, ecotourism, agropolis, the farm and the city, aerotropolis, airport-driven cities, recreating the urban environment, better connectivity, and so on. Walkable cities, internet will hopefully encourage more home offices, Burj Al Arab, Burj Dubai. There's a future. During birthdays of mayors, we give them pictures of the ugliness of the city. Then we give them nice perspectives on how they can look like. I thought they would get mad with me. They eventually hired us. And the ugliness of Pasig River today, Pasig River of the future, with the river walk. This Makati here, Rockwell, and Mandaluyong. Pasig River today, Pasig River of the future. All of this. So there's a future as long as there's political will. There's a vision plan to lead us to the promised land. A quotation from Daniel Burnham, make no little plans, they have the magic to stir man's blood. Make big plans, aim high in hope and work. Remember that a noble logical diagram, once recorded, will never die. This is our first book, sold out. Second book still on sale. We'd like to live in cities that are more environment friendly, more connected, safer, more accessible, more mixed use, and with places to live, work, shop, and dine. Thank you very much. Sorry.